Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video. During the video I'm going to explain how Synthetic Users works and what kind of interviews you can generate right now with our product and what other goodies we have within the product to help you move faster with your research and make sure that you're building valuable products for your customers or your users. So this is the main interface of Synthetic Users. As you can see, we have this top bar here where you can select the type of interview you want to run and how many of them you want to run. And then we have several types of inputs on the lower side of the screen. First one, and the one that you need for any type of interview. So essentially audiences. Who is your audience? Who is the user group you want to interview? Who's the demographic or the kind of people that you are interested in understanding and helping? It can be quite generic, like shared custody parents in Portugal, or you can go with a more detailed approach, more around maybe demographics, queer women who are looking for a new hobby. So you can go in any way you want. You can even duplicate it and segment it like ages between 20 and 29 years old. So this is the kind of information we expect you to input on the audiences. You can even go narrower, kind of defining age brackets, income levels, whatever you want. As long as you can describe it with text, you can use it here. The second column is the pains, needs, and goals. For certain types of interviews, normally problem exploration and solution feedback, we require you to add some pains, needs, and goals that you want to understand a little bit better. How your user is interacting with them, how is it trying to address them, all of that, you can put it here. But even if you don't have a clear view of what they might be, we have some helpers to do that. So in any card, you can click the magic wand and you can click infer problems. And we're going to list here some problems that this user group might have. So coordinating parenting schedules, legal and bureaucratic navigation, financial management, dealing with different parenting styles, and ensuring consistent education and discipline. And the last one is a solution. Imagine you wanted to solve coordinating parenting schedules and financial management of child-related expenses. And your idea would be an AI-based assistant that mediates the conversations between parents and acts as an accountant. So if you have this, you can now run a solution feedback interview in which we'll generate shared custody parents that have these two problems, and then we'll check what do they feel about this solution. So this is one type of interview. The other one is the problem exploration interview, which you don't need a solution, of course. You just want to learn more about the problems they might have. And recently we introduced two really, really powerful new types of interviews. The first one is custom interview. It's up to you to decide whatever questions you want to ask. If you have an interview script you want to run, you simply come here, you paste one question per line, and then we'll run that interview for you. And even more recently, we launched dynamic interview. So this one, you just need to tell us what is your research goal. And this is the one I'm about to demo now to show you the remaining features of our app. So I have shared custody parents in Portugal, and I want to know what are their biggest challenges, how they've been handling and doing them, and how they imagine a perfect solution for their biggest time. So as you can see, I'm using kind of 3 different goals, but all within the same context. I just need to click save. And from this moment, the last decision I need to do is how many interviews I want to run. For the sake of time, I'm going to run 3 interviews to show you what are the results, and then also show you some other features we have on our app. So what is happening now? What is happening now is that we are on the back. We are figuring out what might be some relevant parameters to segment shared custody parents in Portugal. And then we're generating synthetic users that have those parameters. What do I mean by this? What I mean by this is we have here a card of one of the synthetic users. So in our platform, all synthetic users have a name, an age, a location, and a profession. But these last 5 parameters were generated on the fly, particularly for this set of users. What's the educational background, socioeconomic status, what's the custody arrangement type, the parenting style, and the support network availability. And what you see here on the right is our AI-based researcher generated this question, and our synthetic user generated this answer. And a new one, and we're going to get another answer to. As you can see, we have more than one because we selected 3 interviews. We have here a slightly different parenting agreement. The parenting style is also different. And the last one also quite different. So we do this because we want to capture all the diversity within this group that we mentioned here, and not just have kind of the average shared custody parent, because it doesn't exist, first of all. And what we want is to make sure that everything we do in our platform is helping you understand all the nuances that exist within this group. So right now I'm generating what I told my AI researcher was that I want him to ask at max 6 questions to each one of the users, and that's what's happening now. It takes a little bit of time because it's a complex system that we're doing on the back, but soon they'll all be finished, and I'll show you a couple of cool stuff that we also have here. Okay, so we're back. The 3 interviews have now finished with 6 questions, each of them. As you can see, there are differences in the questions that were posed, a lot of differences in the answers. But before I dive deep into each one of them, what I normally do is I generate a report. What this report will do is it will summarize the main results from these interviews and give me a structured output that I can easily read through and understand at a glance what are the main challenges that shared custody parents in Portugal have in regards to managing their shared custody. So here we have the first section, which is about shared custody challenges and different solutions. What kind of features could work for these parents? Then what would be an ideal co-parenting solution? A comprehensive digital platform that involves scheduling, communication, support, real-time updates, calendar syncing, and emergency alerts. And an AI assistant that could suggest actions for both parent schedules and child needs, maintaining the human element in final decisions. And then what are the role of policymakers in technology in this, in the fact that the people are shared custody parents. And lastly, we get kind of this TLDR, so we can quickly glance the main outcomes, and then we get 2 suggestions. One is an idea that could help this user group, and the other one is a question for us to ask as a follow-up to the users. And that's exactly what I'm about to do. So I'm going to go back to the interviews, and I'm going to select one of my synthetic users, and I'm going to click this Ask Questions button, and I'm taken here to the bottom. So this is where you can ask any follow-up question that you want to any of the synthetic users we generated for you. You can use this as I'm doing now with a kind of follow-up question, or you can probe on an answer that was given in a particular question, but you do feel would deserve a little bit more probing and a little bit more clarity. Let's just do this one for now. As you can see, our synthetic user, Marta, is answering immediately and in real time to this question we just posed here, which is essentially how do we make sure that a tool that helps them respects also the emotional and complex nature of shared custody. Being a shared custody parent myself, I can emphasize a lot with this. So this is essentially what you can now do on synthetic users. I just showed you one of the types of interviews we have. Some features that also are worth mentioning. So you can export your study in 3 different file formats, so you can share it with someone else, or save it in your repository. You can bookmark it, so you can revisit it later and it will show here on the right, or you can share it. You just copy the link and then you have the link on your clipboard and you are ready to send to anyone you want. Last thing that I think it's important to mention, also because we're about to launch our pricing. During this week, we're going to make available our solutions in terms of pricing. We're going to have essentially 3 different plans. One for individual users, the UX researcher that works as a freelancer, that has a lot of different verticals and topics and he needs to learn about really fast. The other for businesses and agencies that allow you to have a little bit more scale and to add more and collaborate within our platform. And also the last one, of course, for enterprise customers who have their own particular needs. We can also have a discussion with them to figure out how to best serve them. One important thing that I want to mention is the idea of workspaces. So the idea of workspaces means that right now you can collaborate with synthetic users. So I can say shared custody research, and I can create a new workspace and I can invite anyone I want to collaborate with me. I'm going to invite my colleague Kwame, my co-founder, syntheticusers.com, and as soon as he accepts, he'll be able to collaborate with me within this workspace. Our pricing is per workspace. So each workspace needs to have its own subscription, but you can run all the interviews you need within a particular tier on this workspace. Going back home, now I have a clean slot here, but as you can see, I can easily go back to the one that I just did to show you how our product works. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Any feedback or any questions you have, let us know. Either use this intercom here to send me a message or just email me at hugo@syntheticusers.com. Looking forward for your feedback.